tonight's game, they'll be absolutely desperate to get 3 points against us. So, you know, it's really is going to be an exciting game, I'd say.
Yeah, and it's sixth consecutive time that Roberts and Long have started together at the back for Blues. They've kept 3 clean sheets in those 6 games. As Burke looks to drive through down the right-hand side, and he's found a gap and across into the penalty area, gathered by Ruddy in the 6-yard box. And after absorbing a bit of Blues pressure in the first 5 minutes, Millwall just finding their feet, but Maloney's got the ball. Dangerous he's been at the Den, not taken liking to the Dutchman. Oliver Burke winning a header against George Friend, and John Ruddy coming trotting out of his goal, had to get that challenge right. Well, he did so, but he's hurt himself in the process, John Ruddy. Or maybe this is the field still to Heath Chong. Looks square to Khadra, but the pass is misled. But Blues pick it back up with Reda Khadra. Blues now being patient in their build-up. Khadra is delivering to the penalty area, and had George Long scrambling towards his goal line, and that cross-come shot, and the Millwall goalkeeper wasn't sure and had to tip it over his own crossbar.
I'm with you there, Matt. I'm not sure whether that was a cross or whether it was a shot, but it certainly got the Millwall keeper worried. He was backpedaling, and if he didn't deal with that, possibly could have just snuck under the bar. Yeah, that's where you can see like Millwall could potentially look to try and push certain players, advanced players up the pitch, and yeah, it can create gaps and opportunities.
Great touch from Khadra. Slots it through towards Lukas Djukovic, who touches round the goalkeeper and squirms it in. Blues make the first dent at the Den. Lukas Djukovic with his 6th of the season to give Blues the lead in East London.
Oh, very tight angle that he squeezed that in from. He's absolutely delighted that, and so he should be. You know, he was running out towards a wider area, really, towards the edge of the 6-yard box, and I honestly didn't think he'd be able to squeeze it in from that angle, but I think it took a slight deflection from the goalkeeper, just caught the underneath of the goalkeeper that kind of helped the ball go in the direction of the goal. But another one to add to Djukovic's tally this season.
Well, Reda Khadra is definitely the architect. Fantastic touch to take him away from McNamara. And Lukas Djukovic with all the hard work to do and finishing from an impossible angle past George Long. Might have had help off the Millwall goalkeeper as well on its way in, but Blues won't care. They've drawn first blood inside the Lions' cage. It's Millwall 0, Blues 1.
Yeah, it's Khadra. Look at that. Look at the pass. Look at the quality on that. The weight of pass is superb, isn't it? And that first touch by Djukovic just takes him away from the Millwall centre-back. Makes his angle really tight, but does finish excellently, doesn't he?
Millwall, since arriving from Stickdard in the summer in the Dutch leagues. Vogelslammer also standing over this for the Lions. Scored an absolute stunner versus Watford towards the start of the season. The German, he walks away and leaves it for the Dutchman. Big chance in the game, this big moment in the game. Zian Fleming up to strike. Got it up and over, just not down in time. Did John Ruddy get a touch? I think he did. Millwall corner kick.
Struck it really well, didn't he? You could tell his intention as soon as he placed that ball down that he was.
The rest of the half didn't stand out as much as he did, but Reda Khadra could stand out here with an early strike on goal and forced George Long into an early save in the second half. That was struck with some venom and took a nick on its way through.
Oh, it really was, yeah. When you see the ball dropping in that area and Khadra sprinting towards it, you know you're going to give yourself a chance, and he struck it really well. He's kept his body over the ball and forced the Millwall goalkeeper into a really good save. It took a deflection as well, so.
Dealt with at the back post by Mark Roberts, comes out to Vogelslammer, rise to the challenge of Chong and goes for goal. Etheridge had to react smartly, down to his left-hand side, comfortable in the air. Kuna spraying it forward, here's Djukovic. Khadra is the man over on this near side, the left, here he is. Whose body's arriving in support. Friend on the overlap, Khadra goes in field and pulls the trigger. Just drags it wide of George Long. Inside to Mitchell now, McNamara, a bit of space once again. Vogelslammer inside the penalty area, clips it across the 18-yard box. The header comes in and it's straight down the throat of Neil Etheridge. Khadra intercepts and shows good footwork, but he's been dispossessed. Mitchell in towards the penalty area. Bradshaw, and Etheridge just does enough with Saville arriving. That could have dropped anywhere. And now Blues found all its way to McNamara, who helps it into the penalty area. Acrobatic effort comes back for Fleming. And there's Burke. Splendid save from Neil Etheridge down to his left-hand side. A really smart save through a plethora of bodies.
What a save that is. What a save by Etheridge. It's Ollie Burke there. Just opens up his body and tries to put the ball in the corner of the net. But he's got a real strong hand on it.
Malone whips in towards the back stick. Etheridge came, had to get something on it and did so. Brilliant goalkeeping from Neil Etheridge.
I have to give credit to Etheridge. I mean, it's not easy coming off the bench and, you know, filling in for John Ruddy, that's been so good this season. But he's made some real positive saves and contributions. Defended very well. They've competed throughout the game, and you know the spells Millwall have had. I think every single player has added to the out of possession play in every sense. You know, they're working really hard at the moment, Blues.
It's spilling towards Vogasama, who did enough to get a touch, but not enough to carry the ball over Neil Etheridge. It's a fantastic ball to find him over the top of the Blues back line. Timed his run to perfection. Saw Etheridge out of the corner of his eye that may have just put the German off. And in the end, it's harmlessly in the gloves of the Philippine.
It's that dangerous run that you see.
Friend pokes inside to Styles. He's got Bradshaw ahead of him. He's also got Fleming. Styles again! Deflected, spilled by Etheridge. Bradshaw can't take advantage, and Etheridge survives.
Etheridge again, double save. He has really produced it in times of need, hasn't he, tonight? That first one, you know, he doesn't manage to get hold of it, but when the ball comes out a second time, there's the first one. The second time, he just gets out quickly and smothers it. And then on the ricochet there, lands on the ball. He has really been tremendous since he's been on the pitch.
Well, it was hit with some venom from Callum Styles. Hearts in the mouth stuff for Blues at this point. Hannibal will carry it forward for Birmingham, pursued by Fleming. Rise the challenge of Fleming. Hannibal still. Terrific perseverance from the Blues centre midfielder, and celebrates winning the foul like a goal, pumping up the Blues faithful, and they respond in turn.
I must say, I think the subs have had an impact. Back on his feet quickly.
The keeper's up from the back, in it comes Maxime Collin away. Back in by McNamara. Still not clear from Blues. Bennett goes down. The referee waves away the appeals. And there is the full-time whistle. Blues have done it. Lukas Djukovic's first half strike wins it for Blues. A famous win in East London that puts a dent in Millwall's playoff hopes and Premier League dreams. It's finished here at the New Den. A terrific Blues performance. Millwall 0, Blues 1.